Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to Let's Talk United, and today is a match review on last night's game against Newcastle. Now, we won the game 1-0, but everyone else won their games as well that we were concerned with. You know, City won their game, Arsenal and Liverpool won their game, and they seem to have won their games more comfortably than us. We won 1-0, and it was in the 89th minute from Young, due to Rooney putting in a lot of effort chasing down the ball and Tim Gruel making a mistake because of it. So when you look at the score, it's not a good performance, but on the pitch there were a lot of positives to take, such as there was a good 10-15 minute spell where we played some very high tempo football and we looked like we were dangerous on the attack and that we were going to do well, but that didn't last that long and we went back to the usual passing around. Other positives were that Rooney put in a good game as a striker, yet again, you know, reinforcing the idea that he should be played as a striker and nowhere else. Ashley Young, another good performance again. He's been a very consistent performer this season and he's really helping us out, which we need our other wingers like Januzaj and Di Maria to really start pulling their weight, because if Ashley Young's doing better than you know, there's something wrong. Fellaini, he was Fellaini, that was it. Fellaini did what Fellaini does best, and that's just stand there and wait for something to go into the air to him. There were one or two moments where he was doing some more right passing and trying to chase down the ball, but you're not going to get much from him. He's not that fast, he's not that agile, he's not that technically gifted when it comes to picking out a pass and making sure he can get past the player. The most disappointing thing for me was that we had changed from a system last game against Sunderland to this 4-2-3-1. We implemented wingers, we saw a higher tempo at certain points and we looked more dangerous crossing in balls, and we've seemed to revert back to the long ball method, except we just changed it from hitting it in from the wings to Fellaini. Every time Di Maria or Januzaj or Ashley Young got down towards the byline, they would look up and then they would look for Fellaini, who was usually not in the best goal scoring position. He was either too far away from the goal or he was too far back, and they would try and float across up to him. Now, when our tempo is so slow as it is, we cannot, you know, give opposition another 2 or 3 seconds, another 1 second to figure out where that ball is going, how to get to that player as soon as possible to stop the ball getting into them, and then ultimately, you know, clearing it from a goal opportunity. And that's what happened every time. It was Ashley Young would run down to the byline, Di Maria would run down, Januzaj would run down, they would look up, hit it to Fellaini, who would then not score a goal. And this floating crosses thing, I don't like it. You're supposed to drill across, you're supposed to sprint down, get towards the byline, drill across in, make sure the defender can't get to it, and just put it in the back of the net. But there were positives from that play. I think if we had Mata on, it would have been much easier controlling it, putting different balls in, having more than one sense of attack, and that attack really was running down the wings and crossing it. It seems that we can't vary our attack in most games, that we have to keep playing one way. In our next two games we have Arsenal in the FA Cup, that's Old Trafford, so I think that we'll have a better time there because they will come out more, and Van Gaal seems better tactically. He seems to be able to handle the bigger teams. I think it's because he gives teams too much respect. You know, if you're facing an Arsenal, a Liverpool, a City, a Chelsea team, you do have to come up with a tactic to beat them. You do have to come up with some kind of game plan in order to implement against them. When you're coming up against lower league opposition who are struggling to score goals and are conceding goals at the same time, you don't need to respect them tactically. You need to put players on the pitch, you need to motivate them and tell them to get out there and score goals, and that's not what we're doing. We're treating teams like they're bigger than what they are. And I think that is one of the main reasons that we're suffering away, because we're going to these teams and we're saying, oh no, you are a good side, we need to be careful of what you can do, instead of just showing up and putting 4 against them. There was not much. There was a few controversial moments. There was the Smalling tackle on Riviere where it was a clear penalty, but Blind was sort of in the way of the ref, and from the ref's view it would have looked like Smalling had kicked the ball away. but luckily that wasn't even against us, because we would have been chasing the game from there, and Newcastle would have been glad to sit back and try and hit us on the counter like they did already. There was the Evans and Cisse incident. I won't really go into it too much. I think it's been hyped a lot. There was basically, Evans might have spat in a direction of Cisse, but not at Cisse. Cisse then spat back after he had already tried to kick Evans. I saw it in the slow motion replay. He had put his foot out to try and kick Evans as he went down. But I think it's been hyped too much, and if both players are accused of spitting and it's proven, then they will get a match ban, a few games. We're not really going to miss Evans too much, but Newcastle will miss Cisse. Our game after Arsenal is against Tottenham. Last time it was a boring draw, but we did play some alright football in it. Hopefully at home we can score a few more points and make sure that we get this top four going, because we really do need top four football, and we need to make sure we win games, whether it's the 89th minute or it's the first minute. We need to make sure we score a goal. Simple as that. So hit me up on Twitter, let me know what you guys think of our performances, what you guys think was going to happen next game. I'll be back with a preview for the Arsenal game. So yeah, don't forget to follow me on Twitter, comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. See you next time.